Oh, can I don't. What is going on with you? I am so embarrassed to be a Canadian right now. I am completely embarrassed to call myself, yeah, I was born in Canada. I used to be proud of it. I used to be proud of it until you walk around on March 24th, 2021, and there is a complete zombie apocalypse upon us. So let me tell you a few reasons why I'm embarrassed. I know we have a lot of very educated people in my country. I am not, I know the statistics, okay? First of all, Canada, let's just put it in perspective, has as many people as California, aroundish. Okay, so that's how many people we're talking about California, Canada. So if you live in California and you have some hard people that you are having a hard time getting around with in California, you can understand. But let me talk about Canada for a minute. I go into my local YSS weed store here in Canada, in Calgary, down the street. I've been going to these people for over a year. I've taken probably 15 of my closest friends on a little tour. It's part of my one of my stops, the weed store and Sunnyside Art Supplies. I love Sunnyside Art Supplies in Kensington. Love them. This isn't about them. This is about YSS. So I've dropped YSS's name here a couple of times saying how awesome all those people are. Guess what? I show up today. They have a sign on their door says you may not enter without wearing a mask. And I'm like, wait a second. I've been coming in here for a year without one, exempt, medically exempt, just exempt because I've got common sense. But doesn't matter what I'm exempt for. And I'm like, you can't do that. You can't. I go, you're telling me that I'm not allowed in here? And I said, okay, well, here's the thing. I have a whole bunch of like, you got so many stamps or whatever. I had like 25% worth of stamps that I was going to cash in. And I said, so I'm not allowed to be in the store at all. And he's like, no, I'm really sorry. And I love the guy that was at the store. And now I'm mad at the corporation because they're forcing the employees to act like the Gestapo. And that's not right. Like they've mind programmed people. Number one, I'm allowed to say something to someone else. I have that right to interfere into their personal private business about why they're mask exempt by even asking them. And three, I'm by forcing them out me out of the store, they've actually put themselves at risk against the Canadian Bill of Rights and Charter of Human Rights here in Alberta. So I have every right to now file suit because that's a medical need for my medical place with that organization for over $5,000 for every occurrence that they do not let me in that store because I'm medically exempt. So even the manager there tried to say, well, Raven even has talked about us. They're like, nope, absolutely not. Then I found out that two employees got fired from YSS because they're medically exempt. I'm like, first of all, I go, I'm writing a letter just on their behalf alone, and I am, and I'm going to encourage all my friends, anybody who's shopped at that store, to please go to YSS Calgary or whatever. It's a corporate now bought up by a big jumbo whatever store. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who bought it. Doesn't matter. It's the CABAL. Now we know, right? Anyhow, please write a letter on behalf of those two poor employees that got fired for being medically exempt. Like, that's all I gotta say. I'm embarrassed. I'm completely embarrassed at how there's not enough people just saying no. I'm completely embarrassed. There's not enough people going, the manager's going, this isn't right, phoning all the other store managers and going, we need to tell the corporation we have valuable customers that come in here and spend up to $1,000 a month in our store with their friends every month. You just lost a whole whack of business. So, sayonara. That's all I gotta say. Bye bye. I said, nah, I don't care. I really don't, because I have an awesome connection. If anybody wants one, they deliver right to your door here in Calgary, and it's a big selection. It's $135 for a 28 bag. Just about every bag is 135 bucks. You can only get it if you know have the friend that has the hookup. So I was only going to that store because they were so nice and they didn't bother me. Snooze, you lose. That's all I gotta say. I'm embarrassed to be a Canadian. If I was wearing a I love Tim Hortons, and a big hockey jersey with the big flames on it and everything, and scratch my nuts and stood outside the store. Here's another example. I say to a person, man out there, I go, so if this store took the sign off that said, you don't have to wear a mask to come in here. Would you go in there with your mask or without it right now? Oh, I'd keep it on. And I'm like, do you want a TV? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, shut the damn thing off. COVID doesn't exist if you don't have a TV. So Canadians are programmed because they're indoctrinated. Because, again, like as this morning's video, I said, we're very indoctrinated with our education of over half of the population has an education. And then I feel sorry for the rest of the population because there's a lot of immigrants here. And I love the multiculturalism of our city. But I know a lot of these immigrants don't speak English. So they're just going with whatever they think is on the TV and that's the right thing. And I feel so bad for that group of people. However, we've come to a point that we shouldn't even be arguing whether it's real or not. That's what I said. While I was in the weed store, I swear I threw this down. I'm like, while I'm flipping, I pulled my thing up like this, my zipper up, and I held it out. I said, I'm not putting a mask on. I'll just put this above my face. And then I stood there and talked for like 10 minutes with it off. I'm not sure. I just wanted my discount and I wanted to leave. So I'm flipping through the book, and there's two guy customer or guy clerk. Again, me and four guys seems to be the rule today. Me and four guys. Told you I was doing orgies, just didn't know it was mask orgies. So these guys are all wearing masks. And I say to them, I've been sharing joints with homeless for a whole year. No COVID. I've been having orgies for the whole year. No STDs. Flip, flip. Of course, the guy serving me who knows me starts laughing. The other two just looked at me and were like, go educate yourselves, Canada. Go educate yourselves. Let's man up. So this is twice today. It's like a zombie apocalypse little game I'm playing. Okay, Raven hasn't had it with that person. Let's go to another one. I don't care. I'm done with them all. Vote with your dollar. That's the most important thing I want to stress to everybody. Vote with your dollar. So I can't be more clear than that. So let's be very accurate where we're spending our money. So no more of this. And yes, this is way. Yes, join forces by voting with your dollar. Exactly. Oh, I'll be coming to Texas, Mike. I think I'm gonna be coming to Texas in hopefully by July. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Randy Quaid said he was gonna have a barbecue and free Miller Lite for everybody on July 4th for all the Americans. Do you think if I like just snuck in with an American, it would count? I wouldn't wear any of this shit. I promise. I promise. For once in my life, I'm gonna say I wish I was American and not Canadian. Yes, I said that. I wish I could have voted for Trump. I wish. Anyways, yeah, you heard it here for first. Yeah. Canada, wise up. Like just freaking grow a vagina. How about that? Never mind balls. Your balls obviously didn't do you any good this whole time slapping about whatever they were doing. Obviously shriveling up when it got cold. You haven't put them to good use at all by speaking your voice, man. So you must grow a vagina. Now's the time. Embrace your femininity. Anyways, light and love to everybody out there. I just wanted to quickly do this video. I hope you share it with all your friends. And I hope they understand that they are like they're going to be embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed. Why is Texas open? Here's a perfect example. Not Texas, Florida. Florida probably has just as many people in Florida as Canada. And they're wide open all this time. Oh, here's another one. Canadians are going to Florida and coming back in the last year. Guess what? Those variants. Oh my God, those variants. Yeah, the variants are called flip your TV off. Just shut her down. Go do your research and stop saying, oh, people shouldn't believe everything they see on the internet. Well, just because you believe everything that you see on the TV doesn't make us wrong. Just saying. Also heard that in the last day or two. So funny. But I don't know. Yeah, look up where Randy Quaid. I love Randy Quaid. I actually tried to dress with them with the mock turtleneck one year. I actually cut out the bottom. It was just 11/11. Cut out the bottom of the sweater off just so I could have the turtleneck because I don't like anything too trappy. Anyways, great. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. So, yes, you must show the people. Ooh. Put down the Tim Hortons. Number 1, go for a walk. Oh, no, wait. Shut the TV off. Put down the Tim Hortons. Go for a walk. Exercise. All of that stuff. Wheel your kids around in a wheelbarrow if you have to. Like, let's go. No more of this. Anyways, drink beer. Yes. Shoot guns. Yeah, that's exactly. You know, Mike, I've heard Texas is a lot like Alberta. So we have the same thing here in Alberta. There's guys that have big trucks and they have quads and skidoos instead of guns. And I always said the difference between Albertan, this is my own joke, I made it up, I swear. The difference between Albertans and Texans is Texans shoot first, ask questions later. Canadians shoot first and then go, sorry. True story. We still have the same mentality. We don't even ask you questions. Say, sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Yes. Yes, we know how to live in lots of space. Yes. Yay. I like it. So this is exactly. So if you haven't been on video this morning and looked at the Ever and the Green stuck sideways in the canal, the whole wide world's about to discover what is on those boats. So let's keep our vibrations high, people. That's why I came on here and told some funny jokes. So I love you guys. Ooh, yes. Notice a lot of Canadian military guys are retiring in Texas. I might know why. Because they see me coming. No, I'm just kidding. I'd move to Texas. I would. I would. I would. Well, I don't know if I want to live one place in particular, but I'd definitely move around the world. I've been to a lot of places. So, but yeah, I'm just cheeky. See, I like that you like my sense of humor there, Rob. I like it. It's funny. But thank you guys for all joining in tonight. I just came on here to let Jan have a little rant about how ridiculous the we've gotten up here in Canada. You know, it's not even Canada anymore. It's just like I don't know, what do we call this? It's quite a big zombie apocalypse going on here. Like I think we're meant to be the last. He worked for them, don't judge. Oh, I don't judge anybody. I try not to. Who am I judging? I don't know if I was judging anybody. Um, so, oh, I like Air Force guys. No, don't. Oh, that sounded bad. See, here I am talking about the ORGYs, and then I'm gonna have a lot of weird comments in my box. Whoops. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, no, I know you were joking. Oh, anyhow, yeah, I'll just be like, I just seriously can't wait for a spaceship to just come in. Where do you want to go, Raven? I don't know. I want to meet Elon and a few other people. So, anyhow, that's been my day. So, light and love, everybody. Enjoy your journey, no matter where you are. I hope it's not in Canada tonight, because apparently, I don't know. Maybe I'll walk around with I don't know. How do you reprogram people? Pots and pans, I heard worked really good. So, I'm gonna be coming to Australia for sure. That's like just no question. Yeah, it helped because I had to have like two of those smokes after I left the weed store. Got the right kind. So, oh, Peace No Nukes, you're a Berta person? Yahoo. So, yeah, me and my friend, Taco Spice, we're Berta girls. Yeah. And occasionally Taco Spice comes to visit from out of town, you see. All we do is we go for smokes. And yeah, we used to go to that weed store, but not anymore. So I'm glad you can't stop laughing, Rob. This I've done my job. So what else can I make? I can all encourage you or to go back and watch the video where I told my first joke, but then you'd have to be digging because I don't even remember my first joke. So I'll tell you again tonight just because I am on a roll and I'm feeling pretty happy and you guys will still all laugh. And then the 56 people that have watched this video will be like, oh, I remember that joke. So here's my very first joke. This is for plus 18. I already have the comments, so it's plus 18. Just FYI, before y'all get all butthurt at me. My very first joke I told at stand-up comedy. So over the past 8 or 10 years, I lost a period, or about 80 pounds over a period of, yeah, 8 to 10 months, 80 pounds. While I was losing this weight, I did some research on what it does to the human skin. And in my research, I found for every 20 pounds a dude loses, his dick is a half an inch bigger. So there's some incentive, dudes out there, if you're listening. So I guess that explains my 2-inch labia. You're welcome. So then while I was standing on stage, I'm like, now you're all looking at that area like perv. So it doesn't mean it's like just because it looks like it's not something doesn't mean it's like that on not like that on the inside. So there you go. You guys all had a good laugh. But Ching is right. So yeah, that was my first joke. I went on, of course. I think I'm gonna have to, in a period of rest and not thinking about the world and all these galactic spiritual DNA stuff floating around and who belongs to whose baby's mommy's daddy, and like all of the stories of soul families and stuff are all swimming in my head right now. I'm gonna have to sit down and write some more jokes. And I think I might have to use the Cat in the Hat as my go-to because they wanted to ban it. So now I'm gonna start rewrite the jokes that I had written before. They're really very Dr. Seuss style about um okay, Rob, don't take this personally, but especially if you're with someone, but I'll just direct it at you because you're an online guy. Okay, so it was a joke about every online guy who emailed me any question, like any question that had to do with sex. Okay. So this is for you, just a couple of lines from it. Would you fuck me here or there? Would you fuck me anywhere? Would you fuck me in a boat? Would you fuck me near a goat? I'll just leave it at that. So I love you, Taco Spice. Anyways, There's your few lines of your ju "I'm not listening," right? "La, la, 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 la." Don't even pretend, dude. I had to think, this is why I'm not on Tinder anymore or any of those other apps. First of all, it would be like, are you even woke? Are you diet woke? Are you like, do you think you're woke and you're not woke? I'd be putting those kind of questions out there. But guys would just come out and ask the weirdest question. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, my intuition would be on fire and I'd be sitting with friends and I'd be playing the Tinder game or even with my son. My youngest son and I would play the Tinder game sometimes. I'm like, "I bet you this dude swiped right." Bling! Yep. "What do you think his first question's gonna be?" I'm like, "Oh, he won't even ask a question. It'll be like, 'Hey.'" And sure enough, within a match, "Hey." And I'm like, "Unmatched." Like, that's how the game would go. So it would get really funny, but there would be always those guys where within one question, you'd be like, "For reals, dude, for reals." Oh, I'm glad you're having a good laugh, Rob. Everybody needed a good laugh today. I know I did. I needed to cheer myself up from these friggin' zombie apocalypse right now. It's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. See, I can tell vagina jokes about myself, and that's not even embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Yes. So I love you guys. Thank you, Michelle, Andrea. I love you guys all. Carmen, awesome. You guys all make my day. So I'm very grateful for you guys for tuning in for these 22 minutes of so funny. So yeah, I know. Funny looking. Is that funny like a clown or funny looking? It's the Canadian garb that makes me funny looking. But I do have my Bob Ross still on. I do. Like I don't do laundry that often. I'm not gonna lie. So you guys stay awesome. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful evening.